at the top of her spine, her cervical spine. Sometimes the neck is a little tight or short on the back of the neck, so you'll find the chin starts to point to the ceiling. So sometimes a little cushion behind the back of the head so that the chin and the forehead are relatively on the same plane. That can help the thinking mind relax a little bit. It also helps the physiology of the spine settle more. And lastly, she's going to show you, if you don't know, if you start to fall asleep, none of you will probably do that, but if it was me, I can occasionally doze. If you don't want to fall asleep, this is an awesome technique she's doing right now, which is a bent elbow, and her fingertips are pointed up in the air. And what you do is, I just use that when I start to go into that sleep feeling, and I'll do that. And what happens is, when you start to fall asleep, the muscles start to go, and the arm will start to drop to the floor, and you'll catch it. And it will bring you back to the awake state. And that's really helpful for me. And it usually just passes shortly after that. Then I'm okay for a while, and if I need to use it again, I do. So if you want to stay awake, that can be powerful. All right, so we have about 45 minutes here, and I'm going to offer, some of the words that Gurdjieff spoke was that the body is the closest to God's experience, an experience with God, so we want to use it. So what a great segue into doing Yoga Nidra, where we use the body as a vehicle to come closer to self. And we're going to move through the layers of self to get there. And in doing this sequential layering of moving back to source, we move into experiences that could bring up the reactive perceiver. And the beautiful thing about Yoga Nidra is that we're getting a little bit of distance from it. In awareness, we get a little distance from our normal reactive patterns. And because we're not social, we're not in a social or personal normal position where we're interacting with another, eyes open, conversation, life happening, we're much more able to move through that experience in awareness. We don't go to our pre-programmed responses. So really, this is a gift of knowing thyself. This is the hero's journey that you're on in the practice of Yoga Nidra. And the other thing I'd offer is, towards the end of this practice, you'll hear some variations of Vedic affirmations. And not unlike metta, if any of the Buddhist practitioners in the room know, there's something really beautiful about those because they have a quality, for me, again, like a benediction. There's a quality of something I know in my bones about a blessing, So in this case, you'll be giving and receiving that blessing to yourself, from the self. So my invitation at this moment is to make the final adjustments so that you're comfortable. So what one or two more moves can you make to get even more comfortable? And in fact, make a couple more moves just to say, by that action, you deserve to be comfortable, because you do. And beginning with the intention to remain alert, awake, and aware, present to everything you're experiencing. Everything you're experiencing in Yoga Nidra is a part of Yoga Nidra. Anything passing by your awareness is coming to you from the true self, something that's being shown to you in awareness, be that a sensation, a thought, an idea, an epiphany. And the practice is simply welcome it in as it is. Not to think about it, not to distract from it, not to oppose it, simply welcoming in. whatever occurs during the practice. And we'd like to invite a possibility of a safe and sacred space for you. So in this moment, using your visualization to see a place where when you're in that place, you feel safe, secure, supported, belonging just as you are. Maybe it's a place of your past, a place from youth, a place in your imagination that when you're in that space, you feel safe, secure, accepted, belonging. And see it as clearly as you can. What or who would be there? What would it feel like, sound like, smell like, even in that safe and sacred space for you? Fill in as much information and finally, a heartfelt prayer. A heartfelt prayer for yourself, healing or transformation, awakening, whatever that might be for you, and speaking that in the present moment as an already accomplished state of being. Allow my words to become your words as we move through the body in awareness. Simply noticing things as is. The tongue resting in your mouth as a sensation. Maybe even move the tongue around in your mouth for a moment. And then let it become still and notice the residual sensations, the flood of sensations in the tongue. And the floor of the mouth, the ceiling of the mouth as sensation. The teeth and gums. The whole inside of the mouth as one sensation. And traveling from deep in the back of the mouth out to the ears, left and right. The ears as sensation. The structures deep inside the ear, the tunnel that leads to the outer ear. And the folds and valleys of the outer ear, the ear lobes maybe an ear ring as sensation. No thinking is required. From the sensation of the ears back deep into the back of the mouth, through the mouth, mouth full of sensation, tongue alive with radiant sensation to the teeth, and the lips, out over the lips, sensation pouring out over the lips, the chin and the jawline and the upper lip. And the cheeks and the nose, the bridge of the nose, the nostrils, perhaps the subtlety of breath moving as sensation. And awareness pouring up to the eyes themselves, left and right. These radiant orbs of sensations resting in the sockets, the eyelids resting softly. And following sensation over the closed eyes, the eyebrows, and the expanse of the forehead as sensation. Sensation following awareness as you now move over the scalp, the front, the top and crown of the head, the sides of the head, the back of the head. The whole scalp and face, tongue resting in the mouth, all one sensation. The curve of the back of the neck. The front of the neck. Even inside the neck, maybe swallow once the subtle sensation of the inside of the neck as a sensation. No thinking is required. The present moment experience beyond the thinking mind. Sensation following awareness down to the notch of the base of the throat and flowing over to the right shoulder. Awareness. And then sensation flowing down the right upper arm. The right elbow. The right forearm. The right wrist. The palm of the hand. Can you perceive the lines in the palm of the right hand? The right thumb. First finger. Second finger. Third finger. The little finger. The back of the right hand. The wrist. Forearm. Elbow. The upper arm. And the shoulder. The entire right arm as one sensation. And across the top of the chest, the notch at the base of the throat to the left shoulder. Sensation in your awareness flowing down that left upper arm. The elbow, the soft area on the inside of the elbow. The forearm. Wrist. The left palm. The left thumb as sensation. First finger, second finger, third finger, the little finger. The back of the left hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, and the shoulder. The entire left arm as one sensation. The left arm and the right arm now as one sensation. Back to the notch at the base of the throat, now flowing down through the torso, the upper chest and the upper back, shoulder blades, even the organs within, the tops of the lungs within. The middle chest and the middle back, the heart, lungs. And the abdomen and the lower back and the organs of digestion, kidneys and the back body. Awareness flowing all the way down into the pelvis, the bowl of the pelvis. The organs of the pelvis as sensation, filled with sensation. No thinking is required. Feeling what's already there. Awareness pouring over to the right hip. Sensation following awareness, flowing down that right leg, front and back. The right knee. The right calf and shin. The right ankle. The sole of the right foot. And the right big toe. Maybe wiggle the right big toe for just a moment. Give it a wiggle and then let it become still. And notice the flood of residual sensation in the right big toe. Second toe. Third toe. Fourth toe. The little toe. The top of the foot. The sole of the right foot. The ankle. The right calf and shin. The knee. The right upper leg and hip. The entire right leg as one sensation. And awareness pouring across the midline to the left hip. The left upper leg, front and back. The left knee. The left calf and shin. The left ankle. And the sole of the left foot. The left big toe. The toenail of the left big toe as a sensation. Second toe. Third toe. Fourth toe. the little toe, ankle, left calf and shin, the left knee, the left upper leg and the hip, the entire left leg as one sensation. The left leg and the right leg come together, one leg of sensation, not two. Both legs, pelvis, torso. Legs, pelvis, torso, shoulders, arms, and hands. Legs, pelvis, torso, shoulders, arms, hands, neck, the head, the face, the tongue resting in the mouth, full of sensation, the whole body as one sensation. The whole body. The whole body. With the body resting in deep stillness, notice the body breathing itself here. Notice the breath moves in and the breath moves out all by itself, like a wave at your favorite beach. How the wave slides in and the wave slides out. The breath slides in and the breath slides out. Now we're going to count the next 7 breaths from 7 down to 1. 7, the wave of breath moving in, chest and abdomen rising. 7, breath moving out. A wave of breath slides out, chest and abdomen falling. 6, the wave of breath moves in. 6, the wave of breath moves out. Counting down to 1. Now, discontinue any counting. Simply aware of the body breathing itself here. And now I invite you to separate the body into left and right sides, down the midline. And at the top of the next breath, I invite you to pause, bring your awareness to the right side only. The next few breaths as if the right side only, right leg, right torso, right arm, right side of the head. Breathe and feel the right side only. the top of the next breath, pause. Shift your awareness across the midline to the left side. Exhaling the left side only, breathing in the left side only. Left leg, left arm, left side of the torso, left side of the head. Feel and experience left side. Again, pause at the top of the next inhale. Shift your awareness back across the midline. Right side only. Breathe and feel right side only for a few breaths. Good. At the top of the inhale, pause. Shift to the left side. Breathing out into the left side only, feeling and experiencing left side. And pause at the top of the next inhale. Remove the midline. Again, allow the whole body to breathe, to feel. And now notice this field of sensation where the body ends and the space around you begins. Have merged. The space around you merging with the body. Body merging with space. This spaciousness expanding out beyond this room. Experiencing the spaciousness beyond this country, planet, solar system, galaxy, space. Experiencing the oneness in the present moment with all that is. As we deepen our practice, I invite you to bring your awareness to Ajna Chakra, the third eye, the visual screen of the mind in awareness. And see in the mind's eye, see a dusty, sandy, dry, ancient city, the stones and the canvas coverings, perhaps the animals and the people walking about, gathering water, a market, dusty and dry. And in front of you, around the stone wall, as you turn a corner, there, leaning against the wall, is a large wooden cross. And you recognize this moment to dip your shoulder down underneath and hoist it over your shoulder and begin to bear this cross as you walk forward on this dusty stone street. And in the beginning, as you put it over your shoulder, it feels very heavy. Feel the heaviness, heavy, the whole body. Feeling heavy. Allowing the experience of the heaviness. And then a mystical breeze blows past, and suddenly the cross is light. Light as a feather, as if each step could be a bounding step. Feel the lightness, light. Again, as you continue on this dusty stone street that's climbing a slow hill in the distance, now that breeze blows again. Suddenly the heat comes on as if the sun came from behind the clouds, a blazing heat, intense heat. Feel the heat. Carrying the cross, feeling the heat, extreme heat. And again, the mystical breeze blows by, and suddenly, as if a cloud covered this sun, and it's freezing cold. Continuing step by step, feeling that freezing, frigid cold, the breeze, an intense coldness, cold. But you continue on, and this breeze again changes, and now there's strength and strong. You feel suddenly radiant strength in every fiber of your body. Feel the strength as you walk each step in strength, embodying strength. climbing this hill, suddenly the breeze blows and all the strength fades. You become very weak, barely able to continue on. Each step with great effort and weakness, feeling that weakness, weak. And finally feeling back to the regular steps, the last few steps up this hill. There's a gathering there and somebody taking the cross off your shoulder for a moment, relieved, and then realizing you're going to be put on it and hoisted up. The post dropped into a hole. For whatever reason, up on this cross, you now see life moving before your eyes. Those events of youth and family, perhaps, and the teen years of growing up and the events significant. And relationships and careers and life unfolding. And you simply remain aware. And as the breath becomes shallow and short, you recognize a moment to let it go. Let that last breath out and let it all go with it. The life you once lived, exhaled in one breath. From this deep state of timeless tranquility, you see something, a line on the horizon. As it comes closer, you see above and below. You see two, not one. And you recognize this possibility of a new form, a new life, a rebirth. And you choose to take form again. May you be formless amongst the objects of form. May you live in right action beyond the thinking mind. May you live beyond right doing and wrong doing. May you be Sat, Chit, Ananda. May you be free. Soham, Soham, Soham Shivam, Soham, Soham, Soham Shivam. I am that I am. 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 This completes Yoga Nidra. Maybe as you return in awareness, you revisit your intention, your heartfelt prayer. Let it bubble up in awareness and maybe resting with that for some time. Maybe rolling onto your right side if you choose, taking your time. There's no rush. Thank you for being here. God bless.